Hey everyone, this is a bit of a follow-up video to my 40k subscriber competition. Firstly, thanks to everyone for having a ridiculous number of responses. I was thinking I was going to get like 10, 20 comments on new names. Instead I got 200, of which 149 of those were actual comments with name suggestions, many with multiple suggestions. So I eventually narrowed it down to my three favorites, and they are Automotive Theory by Ted Summer, Eroticism by Redax13, and Motorsport Disassembled by Matt Booland. And of course there can only be one winner out of those, and that is Motorsport Disassembled. Now, it wouldn't be fair if I just gave the two guys that came up with the awesome ideas nothing. So Matt Booland, you get the Skype call, and the other two guys, you're going to get a video request each. So if you can send me a personal inbox message to my YouTube account, then we can go from there and sort out all that. Special mention also goes to Sean Cagle for Aero McAeroface. I thought that was worth a good laugh. And you'll also get a video request, so you can inbox me that and we'll get that all sorted. But if you'll remember correctly, what I said was that I'm going to pick my favorite and you'll get the call regardless of whether or not I choose to go for the name. And even though Motorsport Disassembled was my favorite name, I'm not actually changing the channel to that, and I'll tell you why. The number of names that came out, so we had 149 comments that had names in them, right? Some with multiple names. Now, of those 149 comments, 43 of them actually contained Kyle in them. So people clearly wanted me to keep the Kyle, even though I had a pinned comment saying that I wasn't that interested in Kyle because it was unprofessional. So I talked about this with a lot of my friends, associates, stuff like that, and they think that as an exposure exercise and sort of what the brand has become is that I am the brand, so the Kyle is important. So we went through and had a look at all the different Kyle names we could do. We wanted to keep something general, like if we went to KYLE.ENGINEERS, it was going to be a bit tight and all that. So we came back to it, and there's actually a lot of reason to go back to Kyle Engineers. For a start, there were 8 comments out of the 149 were actually Kyle Engineers, even though that was my previous name. So people obviously think that's a good idea. On top of that, my Facebook page is already Kyle Engineers, and I have the URL Kyle Engineers, and I've got all the search engine optimization for Kyle Engineers already directs to me. So it actually makes a lot of sense for me to return to Kyle Engineers. So that's what I'm going to do for now. In the future, I may change it, but I'm pretty sure that Kyle Engineers covers off all the topics we want, and it kind of keeps my core branding, so I'm not going to alienate anyone. The only problem I have left is how I'm going to spell it, because there's 50 million different ways of doing it. So if you have any thoughts on that, let me know in the comments below. Here's also just a quick preview of what the channel art and branding is going to become. So if you have a look at this, tell me if you like that or not. Well, thanks for watching and competing in the competition. Hopefully everyone that went in it enjoyed trying to come up with names for my channel. And hopefully I'll see you on my next video back as Kyle Engineers.